How's it going, super friends? Let's look at the Injustice 2 Wonder Woman from HIYA Toys. Previously, I've reviewed a whole slew of these bad boys, so you could just go to my playlist to watch those reviews if you'd like to, and if not, that's fine too. Just enjoy this one. Or don't, but I hope you do. The packaging for this Wonder Woman is all pretty much the same. You got Injustice logos about everywhere, not for 0 to 3, Wonder Woman action figure down in the bottom there. I'm kind of bored with doing the packaging. Let's skip it. So for starters, the figure comes with 2 extra hands, and a figure stand, and a sword, and a shield. The figure stand, just like all the rest, fits together with all the other figure stands. It's almost like you can have a great big purple sidewalk. Fitting the sword into her extra hand is actually fairly easy. It fits right in there, but the shield is a whole nother matter. It's kind of difficult because how do you get her hand around after putting it under that little tiny strap? You can't, so this is what I've had to do. As for the figure itself, the sculpt, the details, the paint apps, they're actually not bad. So far, just looking at her close up for the first time, I can tell you that I'm more impressed with her than I have been with some, and she's about on par with others. That would be the ones that I've also been impressed with. I would have preferred definitely had they used maybe a little bit more brilliant red for her boots and for her bodice, but the gold and the blue look nice. And the paint along with that shadowing actually does bring out a lot of the details in the sculpt, so far so good. When we get to the face sculpt, for what it is, so far, I think that it looks pretty good. The paint and the eyes, the eyebrows, the mouth, everything is pretty much where it's supposed to be. It's really small, keep that in mind, so it looks pretty good. And how does it fare in comparison to how she looks in the video game? As for how well articulated she is, well, the head's on a ball joint, and the hair is made out of a soft rubber, and it really doesn't get in the way at all. It completely just moves out of the way. Her torso has a little ball joint in there, but it's really quite useless. It doesn't really do that much. For her waist, there's absolutely nothing. Puh! And then her groin, you've got little balls here in the ball groin here. You've got rotation up here at the top of the thigh cut. You got yourself a double jointed knee, and then you've got here a pivoty hinge ankle. And as far as the arms, they're attached like usual by way of a rounded hinge. And of course, there's going to be a pretty good amount of movement. However, you can't really squish them that far down. I mean, I suppose it's okay. I would prefer them to be a little bit less restricted by the arm. Then you've got her elbows, which are single jointed. They don't go 90 degrees unless you really mash them, and then you risk breaking her, but they do rotate and go round and round. And the wrists are on little tiny ball pegs, as they would have to be, so that you could put the other hands on. So what's my final verdict of this 1/18th scale HIYA Toys Injustice 2 Wonder Woman action figure? I think that she's pretty good. I think that she's definitely better than a lot of the other figures in this series, on par with still others, but absolutely one of HIYA Toys' best foot forward for this scale of action figure. Although, I'm gonna say it again, like I say it every time, 1/18th scale I don't think is anything that anybody asked for. I think a lot of the chorus that I keep hearing in the comments section is that most of us wish that these were like 2 inches taller. In fact, I think it's kind of a crime that nobody has offered a complete line of Injustice action figures by this late in the game after the game's release. We do know that Storm Collectibles has a Bane, a Lobo, a Darkseid, and a Superman coming out, and they're all going to be very cool, but come on, we should have had a Flash, Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman all in that scale by now. Get on it, boys and girls! Get on it! If you can find this Wonder Woman figure at your local hobby shop, comic store, or maybe you want to order her online, I say definitely go for it, although if I'm putting in my own little opinion here, I absolutely don't think that $19.99 is the right price for any of these figures. I certainly think that they're more like a $15 figure at the most, maybe even $14, but if $19.99 is something you're okay with paying for something this size, scale, and quality, then go for it, because I give her my Brad the DC Universe Geek seal of approval. Not that that really counts for anything, I'm just saying. Anyway, super friends, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, found it useful in some way, shape, or form. If you did, can you leave a like on it so I know I've done something right? Any comments you have, pop them down below. If you want to see more of my DC content show up in your inbox, then I invite you today on the behalf of the rest of the super friends to hit the subscribe button and join the DC squad. And with that, I will see you in the next one. Have a DC day, everybody. Take care.